Hello there. This is a video of me riding my 2000 Indian Chief in the summer of 2007 in the twin cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul in Minnesota. And we are riding through Mendota at the moment. Perhaps not many of you will ever get the opportunity to ride such a classic like this bike, and I was hoping this video would give you some idea of what it's like to take this classic out on the open road. When you are riding the Chief, you don't really get the full experience of what it looks like. And so I decided to make a video of how the bike looks, especially since I was going to return it a few hours after taping this. The thing that appeals to most people are the half-closed fenders. They make the bike look exceptionally like a classic. Everything about this motorcycle is very classic. The half-closed fenders, the extra wide beach bars, they give a feeling of owning the road. And those fenders really, they look like speed. Even though the bike is standing still, it looks like it's, to die for. Everything about this bike, just amazing. I'm gonna start it up and I'm gonna hear it run, ride it around a few times. It didn't start right off. I had to pull the choke, and there we go. I had wanted to find a video like this on YouTube of someone riding their Indian, so I could see how it looked and check it out, whether it was a bike for me or not. Check out the fender, the closed fenders, see the seating position of the rider, and so on. Quite a deep sound from the exhaust pipe. It's this particular bike has an S&S engine. It's a 2000 model, and although it's missing a windshield and 3 lights at the front and a fringe on the bags, which is something that I wanted, it is a very nice example of this motorcycle. Slide thread here. As the bike passed, you may have heard a rattle. A friend of mine called the bike a rattle trap. Although this is not my opinion, or I would not have bought it, but it's true there's a fair bit of rattle. This is partly because the engine is screwed right to the frame, like they did in old Harleys. And there's a fair bit of vibration that is passed to the rider. This is another reason they told me that they had put an extra thick set of beach bars on there, so less of the vibration actually gets to the rider. Of that vibration straight into his arms while riding. You do get a lot of vibration from the frame, and that's one of the things that the people who sold me the bike told me, that they had put a special heavy, wide beach bar on there to lessen the vibration to the rider. It's a fairly well balanced bike, and you can see the effect the fender has. It's a very unique motorcycle, and you can see it from far away. You can identify the bike. Straight away you know that's an Indian there. Or it could be a drifter, or one of these dark jeeps. It is a very heavy engine. Reminds you of an old Harley Davidson. And that's the feeling you get when you ride it. I got to confess I was a bit speechless there. That's the effect this bike has on you. You're sort of... there's nothing to say, it's just beautiful. It was a great joy to own this motorcycle in the US for the short time that I had it. The problems were not that major, they were more like minor inconveniences. The front brake was leaking oil until there was no brake to speak of at the front. There was some oil leaking from the actual engine itself. And although you don't see it here, the engine ran a bit irregular, which you can imagine gave one a sense of insecurity on long distances, for example. This is a motorcycle which is great for someone who loves to repair stuff, or someone who likes to tinker with it on weekends, fix it up. And my grandfather would have loved this bike. He was an engineer, and he could never get enough of fixing up his bikes and repairing stuff. Well, thank you for watching this. Goodbye.